biggest possession of the ball game here. 1:52 to go, Underwood. Right side of the floor, top of the key to Powell. Powell, three on the way. No good, a rebounded by Stanton Kidd. Big defensive stop by the Eagles here. They have not scored a field goal since the 10-11 mark. It was Stanton Kidd's 14th point of the day. And off to Ingram, now to Poobie. 1:31 to go. Right side to Kidd. Kidd, now to Willis. Who's going to step up here for NCCU with 1:23 to go against the Aggies. Here's Poobie, driving right of the lane. Puts up the runner, and it's good.
Big time play right there by Emanuel Chapman, doing what he needed to do. Scoring the basketball, getting to the rack. He's been picking up his dribble all day on it.
You may see this court being stormed here as Ingram drills the free throw. Ingram with 13 points. Be a great scene to see. 3-point lead. Can they make it 4 here? Ingram with 14 if he hits this free throw. Up. Good. 4-point lead with 1.5 seconds left. Here, you don't foul a shooter here.
You just stand out. You just get out of the way. You just get out of the way.
Here's Louisme at the buzzer. And no good. The Eagles win. They storm the court here at McDougald-McLendon Gym. They've done it for the second consecutive year. 51-47. It's pandemonium here at McDougald-McLendon Gym. The Eagles are victorious. And they move to 19-8 on the year. Big, big win for NCCU.
Big win for the program. These guys fought hard today. We didn't have our best basketball game today, and we were able to come through and do what we needed to do to get the win, Chris.
Coach Moton, I know that looking at this game, you had several key players. Can you talk about the versatility on your team and how everyone has a role?
I think you hit the nail on the head. It's critical that everyone come out and execute their role. We're probably not the most talented team, but our guys understand that the strength of this team is the team. And the first half, I was disappointed in our performance because I didn't think we did anything on behalf of the team. I thought it was all about ourselves, and not intentionally selfish, but I think we just got caught up in the moment and didn't execute. A lot of people and a lot of tension, et cetera, et cetera. We settled down. It was an ugly win, but we just built our momentum off the defensive end. It was incredible. Our crowd was extremely supportive, and they pretty much fueled us when that gas tank was on E.
And can you talk about the turnovers? We had 19 turnovers this game. How important, or how do you preach to your team on how to take care of the basketball?
Well, our maximum amount of turnovers that I allow, simply because the way we play, is 12. It was ugly. And we execute every day before practice, after practice. We pride ourselves and hang our hat on it. But, that's just not a North Carolina Central thing where we didn't execute today. A&T had a lot to do with that. They came back and they made a couple of adjustments, and we had to go in at halftime and make some adjustments ourselves. We're still missing KJ Jerome, and he's critical for us. What he does not show up in the stat sheet, but a lot of our lack of execution were guys being in the wrong spot at the wrong time, and we're all over the place, man. So we just hung our hat on the defensive end of the floor, and I just told them, well, if we don't score and they don't score, then we win. And so fortunately we locked up and grabbed a couple of defensive rebounds down the stretch.
So you would say it would be like a fight to the finish win, literally in the final seconds?
Absolutely. That's what these conference wins and losses are about, man. It's just a war of attrition. You just grinding and whoever breaks it end up breaking, man. It's not going to be pretty. They know us, we know them, and in this day and age with all this technology and synergy, every one of our games are on synergy. So they know what we're doing. We're calling our plays, they're calling our plays, beating us to the spot. So, it's going to be a war of attrition, man. And I told our guys, be prepared for that. Throw away style points, throw away the sexiness and everything else that people love to come see. It's going to be a grind out there, man, and our guys committed to that.
Coach, everything I've ever heard you said would tell me that 19 turnovers can't win a basketball game, but y'all did.
Well, to every rule is an exception. If you would have told me prior to we were going to have 19 turnovers, I would have said, how bad are we going to lose? But one thing that paper and those box scores don't measure is your heart. It's a matter of throwing it away, but You just got to suck it up and say, okay, well, we didn't score, so I'm not going to allow my man to score. And the first half, we were awful. We were all over the place. I mean, I didn't even know who my team was. We was giving up layups, open looks. At one point, they were shooting 80%. I think we lead the conference or second in the conference in field goal percentage allowed. So, you know, that's uncharacteristic of us. But I thought we were caught up in the moment. You know, we were nervous and we got away from our principles and, I mean, was running over people, throwing the ball away, missing free throw. I mean, we were just all over the place, and it was embarrassing at one point. And we just had to calm down. And once we calmed down and settled down, you know, we were okay. But that's what these rivalries do to you, man. It's you know, you listen to the outside world for so long, and, you know, you can't sleep at night, and, you know, it's like you can run through that brick wall because your momentum will take you through there. But so whoever settles down first, normally the team that win, they settled down first tonight, you know, but we were able to come back and bounce back.
Are you surprised that their experience didn't pull them through at the end?
Yeah, that's a good basketball team. And, you know, they got 7 seniors, and you can see that. You know, you saw that in the first half. You know, they were calm and collected while we were like some JV basketball team just running all over the place, man, trying to do it by ourselves. You know, fortunately, we calmed down. And a lot of times, you know, for a sense of normalcy to take place, it takes that ball to go in the hole. And Stanton Kidd, he was wild. You know, Jeremy was wild. Ray was wild. Everything was just uncharacteristic. And once it went in the hole a couple of times, we calmed down a little bit. So, you know, it definitely wasn't, you know, in vogue on the offensive end of the floor. But, you know, we grinded it out defensively. And that's what win championships.
Is your team where you wanted to be at?
Well, I mean, you can edit this part of the interview, but, I mean, if you would have told me we would be 12-1 with 1 senior and, you know, overcoming the injuries that we had up to this point, I would have taken it, you know. These guys fight, man. You know, they fight. The strength of this team is the team. They fight, they love each other, they care for one another, and it's genuine. And it takes precedent over here on the floor, man, and that's something you really can't measure. I love coaching them. I know they tired of me in their ear yelling and fussing all the time, but, you know, I do it for a reason. And I told them this game tonight was indicative, you know, forget basketball, it was pretty much indicative of how life is going to be. You know, things don't happen your way regardless, but you just got to keep grinding and keep grinding, and eventually things will start to show your way.
Let's stick one more in, Coach. Is there anything you can say without getting in trouble about why you had your eye on the MEAC supervisors over there?
Oh, Larry, he's great, man. You know, we got a great relationship, and, you know, no referees, they got a tough job because when they leave, nobody likes them. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just joke with him, and, you know, he always makes sure I stay in the box. So we got a great relationship, man. He's great. The referees, you know, I just thought on one critical call, I just thought Jeremy got fouled, but at the end of the day, Jeremy got to be stronger with the basketball, and we prepare for those situations, and we prepare to control those situations and not have to depend on the whistle. So, you know, it was great. Larry Rose is an incredible guy. He's the head of officials, and I'm just glad he came down tonight.
I heard you talking about lack of execution when I came a little late. So I assume that you didn't believe your team executed right tonight?
No. We were awful down the stretch, but that happens sometimes. You know, and it's not just my team. A&T had a lot to do with that. You know, they took some guys out of their comfort zone, and when you take people out of their comfort zone, you know, you got to go to plan B and plan C, and plan B and plan C is not going to look as romantic or sexy as plan A, and that's what happened. So hats off to A&T, credit them. They came in fighting. And they had a lot of pride about themselves, you know, so we got a lot of pride about ourselves too, and, you know, it's a rivalry game, man, and this is what's going to be expected.
What do you have to do these last 2 games to help prepare you for the last 3 games?
We got to get healthy. We got to get KJ back. You know, that's my point guard of the front line back there. And, you know, he brings a calmness and a sense of normalcy to Jay and Stanton. You know, neither one of them have been the same since he's been out. And that's how critical and important of a piece that he is to us. So, you know, we just got to get healthy and get some rest. I think the guys got a little fatigue down the stretch, and that may have caused some turnovers. But, you know, we're fortunate to come out on the W column.
KJ?
Like crowd and everything going, how were you able to keep your composure and stay level-headed in this game?
Basically just stay poised and just listen to my coach, listen to what he had to say. And my teammates kept me poised, and they told me, man, we coming to you, so finish the plays, and that's what I tried to do.
And at what point in time did you think that you knew that you kind of sealed the deal and knew that you got that W?
The free throws, Jeremy and Ray Willis, when they knocked down their free throws, I knew it was over, and we just had to get a stop.
Thank you so much, Stanton.
Kind of shaky, or it just wasn't flowing, but it's that kind of game. So I used my instincts and tried to take it.
Appreciate it, baby.
Thank you.
Poobie, talk about that crucial layup that you hit about a minute left. Can you talk about that?
They had been playing me. They had been trapping me off a ball screen the whole game. So I made a read to attack the big man, and Ray was in the corner, and his man didn't want to help off of him because he would knock it down. So that opened up a lane for me to get the layup.
Jeremy, can you talk a little bit about that key three that you hit to finally get us that lead that we wanted?
Yes, I would say I remember we were in transition and Ray Willis went through and that left me open and Pooey found me, so I just had to knock it down, and from now on that gave us the momentum. And when he let up after that, we kept getting stop after stop. We didn't really have nothing going on the offensive end, but the stops was key, and that's what we did.
And speaking of momentum, did the crowd have anything to do with it? I mean, they were boisterous, loud, and energetic. Did they kind of give you more adrenaline as well?
Oh, of course. When you hear a crowd going with you, they're in it with you, and like you hear them and you want to just get a stop, or when you want to do something good, so the other team can feel like down or whatever, we get the momentum and it's pressure on them.
So how do you feel with this win from A&T? How do you feel going into the next couple of games and then finally the MEAC conference?
I feel good because like I said, it was a win, and also we just have to keep it going because we like to win every day, and we just got to keep winning every day.